Guys, this is Tony Thompson, the marketing manager here at Vulcan Materials. Wanted to give you a little bit of information about the CarbonCure system that we've set up here at Edsall Road that we use to introduce carbon dioxide into concrete. But before I do that, I wanted to first give you a little bit of background. There's a little background about how this thing works. So, the production of Portland cement, which is one of the most important ingredients in our product, produces large quantities of carbon dioxide, or CO2, giving us a pretty large carbon footprint. So CO2 is a greenhouse gas, and it's been identified as a major environmental concern. But by using materials and technology that reduce the carbon footprint from a large carbon footprint to a smaller carbon footprint, we're not only doing the right thing for the environment, but we also are able to make concrete that comes from Vulcan Materials Company more appealing to contractors, specifiers, and owners, giving us an advantage over our competitors. Well, how does CarbonCure, how does it work? Well, CO2 is the same stuff that makes soda fizzy. It's already collected from large emitters like power generation plants, and it's purified and resold for use in other industries, like soft drink production and food service. In most other industries, the CO2 is used but not actually transformed or permanently sequestered, so there's no environmental improvement. However, when we incorporate CO2 into concrete, it reacts with other parts of the mix to form very small nano-sized particles of calcium carbonate, which is one of the raw ingredients in Portland cement. These small particles contribute to increased concrete strength by providing a place for the hydration process to start, resulting in more hydration product, the glue that holds everything together. And this allows us to adjust our mixes slightly, which reduces our cost. So, by using CO2 this way, it's permanently removed from the environment, so we not only convert CO2 to another form, but we also are able to avoid the generation of additional CO2 at the cement mill. For example, here's an example at VO3 in September 2016. We dosed 8,100 cubic yards of concrete with CO2. And we can't use it in everything, like mixes with strict water-cement ratio requirements or other restrictions. So we used or converted 3,000 pounds of CO2, and we also avoided 115,000 pounds of CO2 for a total mix optimization of 118,000 pounds, and we were still able to reduce our cost. The process is like this. The CO2 is collected by a gas supplier, like Robert's Oxygen. They distribute it to us, and we store it in specialized tanks at the plant in liquid form. When a mix comes up to be loaded, that's set to be dosed with CO2, the load begins to weigh, and the prescribed amount of CO2 is metered and prepared to be injected into the load in a form that looks a little bit, again, like dense fog or snow. Just as the cement and water come into contact and start to react, the CO2 is present and reacts to form an ultra-fine limestone particle. At the dose we're using, there's no noticeable effect on the fresh concrete properties like temperature, set time, air, slump, etc., and strength is still comparable to 28 days. The result is that our customer will be able to use this product to meet their green building requirements, such as LEED, if they have some. We can provide a comparable or even a better product, perhaps even at a reduced price. And in the end, everyone benefits from the reduction of greenhouse gases. Thank you.